Yes, I'm singing up now from Ocean Dock. That's received, thank you.
Oh, oh. Oh god, must have to put 50p in the meter. Oh, shipmates, that's better. There we go. This is one of our shipmates, actually, is on a cruise to... Actually, I'm not quite sure where she's going. Where's Aurora going? Anyway, she's on Aurora. She's there waving the Union Jack. That's News Girl is her handle on the channel. You may see her. She's quite often in the comments. Knows lots about all sorts of things. And there she's there, waving her Union Jack. How about that? Pretty good. She was staying in the Holiday Inn earlier. Had some good views from there, but today she's off with some family. As far as I know, off to... Well, actually, where is Aurora off to? If only there was some way of finding out, eh? Aurora is off to La Coruna. Of course I knew that. La Coruna's lovely, lovely little port down in Spain on the coast. Not so far from Santiago de la Compostela. Pretty good little spots. I went there a couple of years ago. Let's have a look. Ahoy there. Alan Gebby, who says he was on the maiden voyage of Aurora. He had a shaft bearing problem. Oh dear. And the cruise turned into a mini cruise. Been back on several times. Lovely ship. Well, lovely ship indeed, shipmate. Oh, and it looks like she's moving now. She's going forwards. I know she was singling up. I don't know if you heard that on the radio. I'll think about it. I'll turn the radio off. I'm not getting very good reception on the radio at the moment. I've yet to track down the problem. I think problem, prominently, it's a problem with VTS. VTS doesn't seem to be very clear. Occasionally they have a problem with just not transmitting very clearly, and I think today's one of those days, or one of those weeks. So, amusingly, normally here in 46 Berth, Ocean Terminal, we see the big cruise ships, and they are normally massive and dwarf the building, but this time, little old Aurora is only just visible above the Ocean Quay. Ocean Terminal, I mean. Just goes to show you the difference in size of cruise ships, doesn't it? When we have Iona here, Iona completely dwarfs everything. I mean, blocks out the sun, the moon, and most other things. But on the other hand, Aurora, much smaller. It's got a capacity of just under 2,000 passengers and 850 crew. So you're talking circa sort of 3,000 people on board, maximum. Whereas Iona, I think, is somewhere in the region of 7,000 or 8,000. So, more than twice the size. Right, who's in the chat then? I've not looked. Oh gosh, there's lots of you in the chat there. Ahoy, shipmates. Ahoy there, Clippers 1990, who told me it was Coruna, Spain, while I was busy forgetting. TCC, yeah, I think we found News Girl. She's out there enjoying her departure. Ahoy there, Jake's Transport Videos. And ahoy there, John Ambler from Cowes. Oh, you might get to see Aurora pass by your windows in, well, I would think somewhere in the region of about 40 minutes. Something like that. It takes a little while, depending where you are in Cowes, of course. Oh, ahoy there, Peter Kerr from Avoca in County Wicklow in Ireland. Not sure where that's Avoca. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Probably pronouncing it incorrectly. It's probably pronounced Advocado or something. There's Irish names go. I had a friend called Rory. He was Irish, and I'm sure every time he wrote his name down, he spelled it differently. Sneaky. Well, there she goes. Looks like she's reversing with a reasonable pace there. She'll reverse, spin round, and shoot on down Southampton water. Lovely day in port today. I did try spot droning last night. I droned the MSC Grandiosa. I was going to say I believe I haven't droned her before, but I also thought I hadn't done Aurora, so apparently I'm losing it, or I'm drinking too much rum and it's addling my brain. I'll probably go with the latter on that one. Yep, I was going to live stream it because it was quite a lovely sunset last night, but she didn't leave until she left a little bit later than she should have done. If she'd left at 8:30, it would have been wonderful, even 8 o'clock. But she was supposed to leave at 9. She didn't leave till 9:30, so I didn't bother live streaming that one. It's just too dark. But I've got some photographs. I haven't had a chance to look at them yet, but we'll have to see how they are, how they come out. I wonder if News Girl is still waving. What do you think? She's going to miss a slot at the buffet if she doesn't. Oh, yeah, she's up there waving away. I'm not sure which one News Girl is. One of the ones in the middle, I'd imagine. I think the one on the... No, I don't know. One on the left, I would say. Looks like the one there. No, could be on the right. Ah, yeah, how decisive am I? Big name here, just above them, says Aurora. Gives the game away. But it's turned out to be quite lovely. I've been racing around town today, sorting a few things out, and I would rather have been on the water. It's just been beautifully warm conditions. I've seen there's been quite a few sailboats out in the Solent. Can't say I'm surprised. Perfect conditions for that. It's just a little, ever such a gentle breeze. Patches of sun. It's the sort of weather, if you're out on a sailboat, you'd be having a jolly lovely time, and then you'd come back all red because you'd have had far too much exposure and you wouldn't have known. It certainly would have confused you. Oh, there's Solo Traveller. Says he's got some cracking drone footage you're all leaving the night. He's going to try and upload it. Another drone enthusiast. Hope you flew within all those regulations, shipmates. I try and do that myself. Even though ABP try and stop me. Occasionally the ABP Nazis come down to the park and have a go at you and tell you you're a bad man, that you're breaking all the laws. And well, I politely decline and I go on my way. Oh, hi there, Peter Hind. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Glad you could join the crew. Slightly late, but pick up your grog ration on the way to the galley. Hi there, Mike Gillard. Says, glad to see you back. Ahoy there, Clive Penning from Suffolk. And ahoy there, NR9 Gaming. And ahoy there, Emma Housen. Says that's 350 watchers and only 70 likes. She does make a good point. There, our shipmate Emma Harrison there. There we see our little bevy of shipmates down there. They've been manning the lines. They've done their duty. They just hang around on that well deck for a while, making sure things go smoothly. Aurora she's looking reasonably good actually. She must have had a bit of a paint job somewhere. Anchor's a bit rusty, but that's understandable. I was talking to some chaps from a cruise company. I almost said the name, but I didn't, so aren't I sneaky? And they were telling me how during the pandemic, all the cruise ships were coming in out of port. It was quite difficult to maintain everything. And sometimes they only painted one side of the ship, the side that was going to be docked. That's some pretty sneaky stuff, isn't it? Sounds like some sort of like second-hand car salesman, doesn't it? Well, look at this side of the ship. It's lovely. Yeah, quite amusing, that. Yeah, let's have a look. Ahoy there, Vanessa Wells, and ahoy there, Julia Graham from Kent. Ahoy there, Clive Penning. This is all I see as a container ship, lol. Yeah. I must say, this is something I have noticed. I don't know why I've just noticed this. Clearly, observation is not a primary skill in the captain's skill set. Notice there aren't a great deal of balconies on the Aurora. I mean, the Aurora is an older cruise ship. She was launched in 2000 and started being laid down in 1998. So she's probably sort of a mid-90s design. I would say that was fair. So she's an older ship. Most of the ships we see in port today are 10 years or newer. But she doesn't have very many balconies, does she? Just that one row of balconies, about in the middle, towards the top. And then some of the other ones have windows, more enclosed. Whereas most ships today have really exposed balconies and big windows. So maybe that's why she looks different. Maybe that's why she looks not quite so modern without all that great wall of balcony. And plus it's a much smaller ship. You just don't get quite as many balconies in the same fashion. It's more like porthole balconies. I don't know if that's the thing. Somebody Alan gave us 4 decks of balconies. You can just about see them, but they're not like the balconies on the newer ships, which are completely exposed and jutting out. Very different design. And it looks, I think it looks dated. I'm going to say that controversial, but I think it looks a bit dated. But, of course, much smaller ship. So, and if you look further down, there's lots of windows down there. Probably the crew right at the very bottom. And decks in total. Okay, some nice reflections of the water there. I don't know if News Girl is still busy waving away at the Aurora sign. Let's see if we can find out. Don't know where she is, if she's got a cabin with a balcony or an inside cabin. Lots of lifeboats. And again, it's a slightly different design with the lifeboats. They're more sort of hidden in the ship rather than being sort of more on the outside of the ship, if that makes sense. Just different design language. Very good. Now Aurora will just be turning around here. I'll have a look to see if we can see. Oops, I must remember to get Netley Cam working. Netley Cam has been on and off all day. There's been an electrician down in Netley, and he's been doing some work installing some other cameras. In fact, they're upgrading their CCTV, so hopefully at some point they're going to level out the camera and add some guys in, stop it wobbling around when it gets windy. You can almost see right through the ship there. Come on, have a look. Can we see right through the ship? They've noticed that before. Let's have a look. I think I'm a little late there, but I reckon you can almost see right through the ship. Yes, you could. How about that? I'll remember that for next time. I'll see if I can zoom in. Or probably won't get the ship at the right height. See the bow thrusters working there. Apparently the bow thrusters on the front of the ship there, as indicated by those little propellers on the front. That's so that people don't get sucked into them or tugs go too near them. Yeah, it's just about visible on cruise cam. No, on Netley Cam. No. Oh, there we go. The technical gremlins are about today. Okay, let's try this. Trying some different techniques with some of this. Some successful, some not successful. Well, you can see the Hythe pier train just trundling along there in the very background, just about to go above the Aurora name. Perfect conditions, though. I don't know if you can see the pennants on the front of Aurora. Absolutely not a breeze at all. No wind whatsoever. Perfect conditions. It's been rather warm in the port of Southampton today. Not too warm, but if you're on top deck, a cocktail in hand, I think you'd be very happy. There we go. There we go. That's one of the local red funnels. I'm just getting the Netley Cam ready. Netley Cam. What we can see on Netley Cam. Can't see a great deal. There you go. You can just see us spinning around. I'll go back to cruise cam. Let's have a look at what's going on in here. What's going on? Let's back to the chats. Oh, their Derrett House is 19 degrees in Hull. Wow. Clive Penning staying in the Holiday Inn as well. Great location, shipmate. You'll have an excellent view of the comings and goings of the Port of Southampton. Henry V says Aurora is the goddess of dawn. Ah, well, that's good information. I didn't know that one, shipmate. And Gaming Infinity's going on MSC Virtuosa this year. Mark Richard said, where is the cruise to? She's off to La Coruna, just the top of Spain on the coast, just above Portugal. The bow thruster is still going, still pulling the front round. That's a good point, actually. I'd imagine is she on Azipods or is she shafted? Approximate fuel consumption is 300 litres per nautical mile. 24 knots. It's going to make your Ford Fiesta seem like some sort of hyper-miling dream machine, that is. 300 litres per mile. Woo. Let's have a look. Where else do we go? Back to the chat. So yes, off to La Coruna. I don't know where she's going after La Coruna. I will just check. And it's 1,324 passengers on board and 791 crew. So she's not fully kitted out with crew and passengers, but almost. Space for 2,000, so there'll be quite a bit of space on board. Off on a 19-night Mediterranean cruise, calling in at La Coruna, Vigo. Oh, ahoy, shipmate. Oh, that's Ian the cruise guy. It's just a native help. Thank you very much, shipmate. Seem to have some doubly echoey going on now. I wonder if I can stop that. Technology's defeating me. She's off on a cruise. Thank you very much, Ian, cruise ship guy. That's very generous of you. Hopefully got some more cameras coming soon. I've in discussions with a couple of locations. All going a bit slowly though. Sweeten the deal. La Coruna, Vigo. Vigo is very close to La Coruna. That's not very far. Città, Valletta, Messina, Salerno, Civiccia, Achico, Alicante, and Lisbon. That's a cruise of place names that are difficult to pronounce. It's rather unfair, I think. See the stern now of Aurora. I think I quite like the stern of Aurora. I think it's more in the sort of Queen Mary 2 mould. You have this, it's like an amphitheatre here of curved decks. It's more not very effective space-wise. Obviously, not a lot of people, less cabins and so on. But I think aesthetically a lot more pleasing. I've got quite a lot of people there on the balconies. I don't know. Someone's going to tell me. I bet there's a bar there somewhere, isn't there? Right on that level that's one down for the top. You'd be in the bar, having a cocktail, watching Southampton disappear while you're seeing the sun as well, because the sun has come out. Definitely that's where I'd be, I would say. Actually, no, to be honest, I wouldn't. I'd probably be on the bridge or in the engine room. That's where I fancy going. I like to see where all the greasy bits happen. And then I'd be in the bar. Now, I'd go in the bar after I go to the bridge. I don't want to be on the bridge drunk. Okay, where are we to? Gaming Infinity says he's off to Ireland on the Virtuoso. Oh, there's shipmate Darren Harold donated 99 bits. Many thanks, shipmates. All funds greatly received. Or the Jack Pittman says his first cruise was on Aurora. Must be some good memories there. Jack's Transport video says, great to have the live streams back again. Well, thank you, Zipmate. I hope to continue the service. I'm just moving the other camera. Whoop. And she's just past the dockhead now. On the way down Southampton Water. So, probably a good time to leave, really. You'll be able to enjoy the view of the cruise down Southampton Water before you have to go and hit that buffet. Maybe treat yourself to a couple of cocktails. Oh, there, Martin, 1961 from a sunny Norfolk. It's been very good all over the country, I think. Is there many on board? Yeah, there was 1,300 on board, shipmate. It's not total capacity normally is 2,000, so slightly lighter on the front of passengers, but 790 odd crew. So actually pretty good crew-wise. Almost a full complement of crews. You'd have excellent service. I wouldn't expect anything less from P&O. That's P&O, the cruise company, not P&O, the ferry company. I'd like to make that clear. Alan Gibbs says 4 decks of balconies. There are indeed very well hidden, actually. Not like the modern balconies, not with the great big balconies and decks and windows. All the more hidden. More in the style, I think, of the earlier ships. I think that's what they were going for. I mean, if you look at a modern ship, it's just like a floating block of flats, isn't it, in some respects? But then there's more balconies. Everyone's got a balcony. In fact, one of the ships the other day we had, I forget which one it was, awful of me, but all cabins had balconies. I think that might have been one of the Saga ships. Visibility looked great this evening. Looks all the way over to the Esso refinery. And there is the Queen Elizabeth II terminal. I'm going to switch over now to... I'll probably switch over to Netley Cam while Aurora continues down Southampton water. Oi there, Tim Maynard. Well, NR8 Gaming, where's it going to do next? It's docking at La Coruna in Spain. Oh, hi there, Peter Hind from County Durham. Alan Gaby says, looks like a ship, not a block of flats. Yes, that's right. I think that is probably the design look they were going for in the design philosophy. Definitely compared to a modern ship, it looks very different. Whether or not you like it or not, or whether it's right or wrong, who knows? But I think people really like having big balconies and big windows. I suppose if you're paying a premium, you want everything you can get, can't you? Let's switch over to Netley Cam now, the wonky Netley Cam that will eventually be corrected. Looks like a nice little powerboat going up Southampton water there. Can't quite make out what that is. A bit far away. Yeah, I was saying you'd be enjoying today. Look at that. Southampton is as flat as a pancake, the water. Some nice scenery behind you. Bit of sun. Perfect day to start your cruise. Your cruise of... I think it was... Oh, Kevin 2, excellent spanner's going to put me right in 19 nights. 19 nights around the Mediterranean. I think that would be wonderful. Not sure what the weather's like in the Mediterranean at the moment. It's probably better. Probably better here in the UK. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure it's very nice in the Mediterranean. Oh, there, Reese Balkan says Aurora has props, not azipods. I was looking for that information. Thank you for that, shipmate. It was my... Oh, hello. Look at that. That looks a bit fancy. Oh. Yes, I thought perhaps she was on props. It seems to be the newer ships have azipods. Let's see if we can get to the Harbour Master at the same time. Look at that. Escorted out by the Harbour Master. Perfect. If you're on azipods, slightly easier control. I don't know if it's the same control principle with shaft drives on a cruise ship as it is on a powerboat. Get the red jet going past. Yeah, look at that. On a powerboat, you can more or less control the vessel just with your throttles. You don't need the rudders at low speed. In fact, they are pretty much ineffective. So you want to go to starboard, you power on to the port engine, and hopefully she goes round. And you want to spin round the spot, so it's head on one and stern on the other. Oh, then Nicobi says, where's the camera that has the view of Starbucks? That's probably, I forgot what I've called it. What's it called? Town Quay Cam. I've had to relocate Town Quay Cam, so I'm actually in the process of arranging a new spot and sorting out the wiring. Fortunately, I've got really busy myself this time. All these things always seem to happen when nothing's happening. It's fine, and then all of a sudden everything happens all at the same time. It's like cruise ships, nothing, and then they all go at the same time. And buses. It's generally a conspiracy. just about see. There's obviously nothing much in at the moment in port because we can get a good view over the fleet of, what looks to me like Range Rovers at the moment, in waiting for export, and something else which I can't quite fathom. Some sort of van, some sort of Citroen van. I suspect. Oh no, it can't be a Citroen. That'd be an import, wouldn't it? Lots of Range Rovers though. Good for exports. Good for the economy. Glad to see so many vessels being exported. But I mean, not vessels, cars. Well, I'm saying, can you hear Rusty in the background? I don't think so. He's not here at the moment, so shouldn't be able to hear Rusty. And I'll give you that to the ferry cam. I'm just waiting because I'm just still waiting for an email from ABP so I can press release to all the operators in the area, and then once I've done that, I will be allowed to, assuming there's no complaints, I will be allowed to resume more service with more cameras. It has taken a long time, I know, but you know how large organisations are, I'm sure. They've always got something better to do than help the small guy. But thank you for all your support, shipmates. It's really helpful. And whether that be financial support, which is always very pleasing, and that's via various different means, or perhaps you've supported by just being a subscriber, and that's equally useful. Or even as much as just sending me a little email saying you really enjoy the cameras and hope they're back soon. All this is very helpful and much appreciated. So just like to thank you all for bearing with the channel during this unfortunate moment of illegal action. But I think that's behind us now. Oh yes, no, visibility. I haven't actually checked visibility, but that is fantastic. That's the hill you can see in the very background. It's the Isle of Wight. That's somewhere in the region of 12, 14 miles away. That's very clear today. It's really, really nice to see that. We'll get a good view then of Aurora for quite some time as she goes down Southampton water, around Cowshot Spit, past Cowes, clockwise around the Isle of Wight, off to her final location of La Coruna. And we will be correcting this camera as well, making it level. I need to do some work on the top of the mast. So the top of the mast at the sailing club, so it's not the easiest thing to get to. And they're having a lot more cameras installed and upgraded. So when that happens, we'll be fiddling with this camera. And also putting skylines in to stop it wobbling. Oh, there's shreds and threads. Yes, nice day for it, shipmates. And here's shipmates. Lovely day. Oh, there, Dean Willis says that Arcadia is the sister ship. Ah, you are well informed, shipmate. Haven't seen Arcadia for a while. There you go, a clear view of Cowshot Spit there. Looks like they're just, oh, I can't remember which buoy they're coming up to. That's red object you can see floating is one of the navigation buoys. These denote the main channel in Southampton water. The ships have to pass between them. There's a red one and a green one. I don't know if we can see the green one. Maybe I'll just nip across a bit, see if I can see the green one. They're often next to each other. Anyway, no, maybe we can't. But she's sailing between the green ones. The green ones will be to her port side, the red ones will be to the starboard side. They're laid out in a fashion where the red ones and the green ones should be on your left and right. So on a ship, red is port. So as you come into a port, you have red to red and green to green. Whereas the Americans do it round the other way. When you come into a port, it's green to red and red to green. I mean, I personally think the British way is better. Mainly because, well, it is better. But if you're arriving in a strange port, surely your first arrival is more difficult because you've never been there before. So why they have it backwards doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But that's the Americans for you. I'm not sure about the rest of the world. I think all of Europe is the same, I believe. I'm sure someone will tell me if I'm wrong. And in fact, there is Green Buoy. So that was the red buoy we could see on cruise cam, and there's the Green Buoy. They're not always opposite each other, they're sort of staggered. And that's the main shipping channel, so the ships, all the large ships will stay in that channel. Towards us is the small ships channel, which you'll get things like powerboats and yachts, and that's where they're supposed to be. Of course, I mean, theoretically, you can be anywhere you like, really. But when you're travelling, especially at speed, it's always good to at least have some semblance of where you're supposed to be. And it's very good conditions. Boy there, Alan James asks where she's going off to La Coruna in Spain. Boy there, Judy Willis says she took Aurora to the far frozen north of Norway to see the Northern Lights. I don't remember being so small. Someone else said that earlier. Oh, look, they can see the red funnel going past Cashot's bit. Yeah, someone else said that earlier. I think it's surprising how over the years, ships have certainly got a lot bigger. Many thanks for that. That's Emma Harrison, the joyful bubbly writer. Many thanks for your kind donation. I'm sure we all get some more cameras up and running soon. I've had a couple of inquiries that everything's quite positive. I'm just running through the steps of sorting things out. Everyone's always busy. People don't necessarily have a lot of time for the cameras. I know, crazy, isn't it? You thought they would have been high priority, but apparently not. Boy, the back, Andrew, he says, will she be going Nabtower way? Actually, as far as I know, yes, and I've yet to understand what makes ships go the Hurst Castle channel. I even asked VTS themselves, and they really couldn't supply me with an answer. It's just one of those things. You can effectively, probably when you leave the port of Southampton, when you get to Cowshot Spit, you can either go right, straight towards Cornwall, or you go left around the Isle of Wight. And left around the Isle of Wight seems to be by far the more popular way. I've not seen hardly any ships go right, and I really don't know what the difference is. It's got a bit of heat haze out there. Oh, there, Diane Waddington says that the Arcadia is anchored off the coast of the Isle of Portland. Oh, I didn't know that. I've not been keeping up on these things lately. Oh, there, Trevor Hillary says Arcadia has service. Crew being redeployed to other ships due to COVID. Second choice fjord cruise cancelled. That's annoying. I totally agree with you there. I have heard of some people having some terrible luck with cruises being cancelled all over the place. Awful. Oh, the ex-Mothian says that Arcadia is sailing back to Torbay tomorrow. Oh, there, Ricky G says many thanks for the excellent coverage. With me all the way. Thank you, shipmate. She does look, I would say, sort of more in the elegant lines, particularly here. I'm just noticing she's got Just that single funnel. That nice curved back. I think I can go to Netley Cam. I think it's a better picture on Netley Cam now. Here's another good looking cruise ship from this angle. Doesn't have quite so many balconies in the same respect as a modern ship. Has that lovely stern with the sort of semicircular amphitheatre design. Single funnel. Isn't festooned with a whole load of water slides and go-kart tracks. So I'm rather partial to go-kart tracks, so maybe that's not a good thing. Yeah, looking very sharp. Sun is definitely adding to the balance of colour here, lighting up the ship. Nice little sailboat there, just taking a little trip down Southampton Water. Have an excellent view there. Ahoy there, Regan Pop. Lots of views this afternoon. And ahoy there, Leslie Phillips. Ahoy there, Andy Moore says, fantastic to see you. Two of our best friends are on board. Wish we were going too. Yeah. I know how that feels, and all your friends having a good time on a cruise ship, and well, just have to make do with a rum-based cocktail, sit back in your lounge and enjoy the coverage and pretend you're on board. The Pack Andrews says he's on Britannia on the September 22nd. Can't wait for his third cruise. Excellent shipmates. Hope you'll enjoy it. It's really flat. Well, I'm surprised there's not more yachts out, if I'm quite honest. It is just perfect weather. Sunny. Yeah, a little breeze to power you along. And a very flat Southampton water. Boy there, Clive Penning says, how many nautical miles from Southampton to? Let's left that one open. Probably to La Coruna, I'd imagine he's asking. Oh, to Cowshot Spit. How many nautical miles to Cowshot Spit? It'll be in the region of about probably 8 miles, I would think, from the camera. A quick look. Let's just work it out. It's about 8 miles, 8 or 9 miles. Oh, there's Shipmate Baker Game. Hey, thanks for subscribing and welcome aboard. Please make your way down to the galley and pick up a complimentary mug of grog. There we go. There's Cowshot Spit just there. You can see it. And that's Cowshot Castle at the very end, next to the tall NCI tower. Let's have a look. How far is this? Measure distance. It is from the camera 6.6 miles, so that's got to be 5.5 nautical miles, I'd imagine. Yeah, 5.7 nautical miles from the camera. Oh, not this camera though. Maybe from the other camera. That'll be from cruise cam. Hang on, let's just think about this. I'll do this properly. There you go. 6.6 miles, 5.7 nautical miles from this camera. And if you look now, you can just about in the background see the Portsmouth to Fishbourne ferry, and that tall building just to the side of Aurora. Just on the starboard side is the Ryde Parish Church. Got an excellent view on there. You can really see her making a swing there, can't you? That's all done by rudders. Very impressive. Oh, you can also see the navigation buoys quite clearly here as well tonight. There's a green one to the right of Aurora and a red one further down. I think the red one marks the beginning of the North Passage. It's a passage that goes across from the end of Southampton water to Portsmouth. If you're a small vessel, you can just go straight across. You don't have to go around Bramble Bank. But if you're a small vessel, sorry, if you're a large vessel, you have no choice other than to go around Bramble Bank. Well, there's Steve Mac. Oh, dearie me, shipmate, late again. Yes, afraid I'm going to have to deduct your grog from your subscribership there, shipmate. That was a 3.4 nautical miles from Netley. There we go. So 3.4 nautical miles from Netley, and whatever I said was 5.7 from Cruise Cam. Ahoy there, Elizabeth G. And ahoy there, Robert Middleton. Looking forward to Iona cruise in September, plus ice cream from the van in Mayflower Park. Good old Scooby. He's a character, is Scooby. He has an ice cream van in Mayflower Park. He's almost there every day. Always great to just pop in, say hello, and get an ice cream while you watch the ships go by. Rob Middleton's on Iona cruise in September. Excellent. That's a good cruise, that'll be. Wonder where you're going, shipmate. Over there, Marina Claire. Another one late on deck. That's no grog ration for you either, shipmate. Have to tighten up this ship. I feel like we're not very ship-shape in Bristol fashion. With their field wheeler says, is the Solent View camera on the church? Yes, it is. There is a Solent View camera that's right on top of Ryde Church. At Ryde Church, I can show you Ryde Church. Just over here, just to the right there of Aurora is Ryde Parish Church. Excellent view this one. I'd like to also have a camera on there, or at least have some of the stream. I have asked, but no one's coming forward to give me access. Bit of a shame, because I thought people would like that. Oh, there's Susan Beard. Welcome aboard, shipmate, and many thanks for becoming a member. Joined at a lieutenant level. Please make your way down to the galley and pick up a complimentary mug of grog on your way. Back Andrew asks, have we got any cruises tomorrow at any point? Ah, good point. Yes, good point. Let's have a look. I'm not sure we have. We've got, next one is on Saturday, which is Celebrity Silhouettes. Then also on Saturday is Ventura. Also on Saturday is Iona. But I think probably the one I should be going to do a bit of droning will be Norwegian Getaway. Sunday morning. Currently arriving at 4:30 in the morning. Oh, 4:30 in the morning. Lie. That's rather early. Rather annoying. Norwegian Getaway is a brand new ship, first time in port. That'll be quite exciting. Good chance we might see some water salutes for Norwegian Getaway. And then also on Sunday we have Queen Mary 2 arriving at 1:06. why I want to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Seems a bit early. Annoyingly, they'll also, not only do they arrive on time, they often arrive early. So I should probably arrive at 4 in the morning. It's going to be dark. I don't know. I will have to see what weather conditions are like and think about it. Well, I'll probably drone her leaving, though. If she's due to leave at 4 o'clock from 102. Yeah, I've got to do that one, haven't I? That is worth doing. And that is on Sunday for Norwegian Getaway. I might do a live stream. Maybe I'll do a live drone stream. We did come up with a fancy name for a live drone stream, and I can't remember what we call them. Drone TV? Drone? I can't remember that. It was clever. One of the shipmates came up with the name, and I promptly forgot it. Oh, there's Steve Max suggesting that who will be later, Iona or you. Well, Steve Max, you're pretty late, but I suspect Iona will be later. Does have a bit of a habit of being tardy in her departures. And in fact, News Girl, who is travelling at the moment on Aurora, she said that getting on board was a little bit tricky. Took longer than she expected. I think it's all the... I'm not sure if they're still doing testing, quite what the deal is there. But I have heard a lot of people say that embarkation is not as easy as it used to be. And I think there's some sort of level of testing going on. So with Iona, of course, my points being that Iona is such a large ship, massive number of people on board, it's not going to take much to throw spanners in the work, is it? Phil Wheeler. What's Phil Wheeler asked the question? St. Boniface Down is the highest point in the island. Oh, okay, I think that's the where you've got the white triangle. Oh, you can see the other ferry now, the other ferry from Port of the Fish Guard. You can see a white triangulation point. I'll see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find this white triangulation point. Someone was talking about the other day. I did find out what it's called. It's over here. Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm just doing a zooming in on something. It's quite interesting. It is called... What's it called? Let me look up the name of it before I give it the wrong name. This is called the C Mark. The C Mark. It's a bit blurry, but there it is. It's a white pyramid, although the top has fallen off apparently. Just about see that in the centre of the picture there. Well, that is from Cruise Cam, which we're looking at now. That is from Cruise Cam. A distance of almost 20 miles. 19.2 miles away, that is. And it's a Mark IV, as you can imagine, called the C Mark. It's for navigating into Portsmouth, giving sailors a reference point. Quite amazing. One day I shall go over and give it a drone and have a look at it for real, rather than just this hazy image from a distance. But I thought that's pretty neat. It is amazing how far Cruise Cam can see. Oh, maybe I should give you a bit of reference. Let me give you a family reference, because that was just a bit odd, wasn't it? Zooming in on something that's hazy. If I zoom out, you'll see where that normally is. So that's the terminal, Esso refinery, just the other side of Cowshot Spit, just beyond the Empress Dock, past the ocean terminal, and we go back into here. So that's where that mark was, all the way over there. almost 19 miles away. Oh no, over 19 miles away. Sorry, almost 20 miles away. And you know when the visibility is clear, when you can see the sea mark, you can't always see the sea mark. Visibility is not the best. It's sometimes a bit hazy or just cloudy. So seeing it quite white and bright is an indication that things are good. Well, they're filled with us. Took sister-in-law 1 hour to get on Iona last Saturday. Well, that doesn't sound too bad, does it? I mean, I don't know, but that seems pretty decent. Oh, there, Elizabeth G says, don't know how you do the other regularly. I tend to get up early. It's more of a navigational thing, though. I don't mind. I don't mind getting up early, but if it's going to be dark, it just doesn't make a very good video. The drone is excellent, has excellent camera on board. It does take some really good video, takes some excellent pictures, takes some good pictures at night time, but unfortunately it just doesn't have the camera ready for taking nighttime video. It's just not very good. I will do a few more, but I don't think I just don't think it works very well. It's just not clear enough. I think that. Let's have a look. Where's the ferry? Oh, the ferry's close by. I was going to say, I think the ferry must be close by. But I think that Aurora's getting pretty close to turning. Come on. There we go. Well, I'm afraid that's it for the tonight, shipmates. Nothing for tomorrow. No ship movements tomorrow. And then quite a busy day Saturday. So I'm not sure I'll be back in port in time Saturday. Planning on... ahoy there, Barry Wealthy. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. Welcome aboard. Pick up your complimentary mug of grog on the way down to the galley. Join the rest of the crew. Probably going to do Norwegian getaway. I've seen her before in port, not on the channel, so that'll be worthwhile doing. She was launched in maiden voyage in February 2014. That'll be a good one. And there we go. There's Aurora. Got to zoom out a bit. I'm not doing very well here. There we go. There's Aurora just turning around Cowshot's bit. So yeah, so quite a lot of activity on Saturday. Of course, the cameras, streaming cameras will be on all the time. And don't forget to subscribe, shipmates. If you do subscribe and hit that notification bell every time a live stream starts, you'll be notified, which sometimes they start at very short notice. If I can fit them in with my schedule, I'll book them in advance. If I don't quite know what I'm doing, it may just be a last minute thing when I find the time. No problem, Steve Mac. Okay, I'm more than happy to deduct your grog ration. Or the Terry Newbie says he's not late, he's just watching while working. So do I still get my grog ration? I think you get double grog rations, shipmate. That's what we call multitasking. That's what we like to see. Someone else's dime paying for a bit of Solent Ships pleasure. Yep, so I'd say Saturday's a busy day. Depending on my movements Sunday, I might try and live stream Getaway. That will be good. And I probably won't do her arrival in the morning because it's just going to be too dark. And depending what time I get back in port on Saturday, I might try live streaming Saturday evening. Because even though Iona is scheduled to depart at 7 o'clock, you can bet your... Something I was going to say that I probably shouldn't do. You can bet your money that she'll be late again. It seems to be her way. Hi there, Rowan James. Many welcome aboard, shipmates. Glad you be part of the crew and pick up some grog on the way to the galley. Yeah, so we've got on Saturday we've got Celebrity Silhouette at 4. Ventura at 5, and then Iona at 7. It's fairly busy. Right, hope you all enjoyed that one, shipmates. I will continue following the ship, well, for a little bit longer, because he's almost buying casual spit, and then I shall end of the stream. And if you want to follow her on Cow's Cam, she'll be blasting past there lately, but probably only very briefly, because she'll be going quite fast by then. Yep, somewhere around the 12, 14, 16 knot range, I suspect, on her way down to La Coruna in Spain. Many thanks for joining, shipmates. Hope you've had a good time. Till next time. Oh yes, good point there. Someone's just made. I think that was Marina Claire. She said, "Thank you for the spanners." I forgot all about the blue spanners. I'm so happy with this. Yeah, of course the blue spanners, excellent. They look after the chat while I'm busy messing around with the cameras and making a mess of it. Just thank them as well. Very full of the right information, unlike me most of the time with the wrong information. So thanks to spanners, of course. And hope you all enjoyed that one. Until next time.